Thank you with Dave Poulin and Darren Dreger. This long, drawn-out process, the sale of the Ottawa Senators, felt at times like a soap opera, at times like a reality show. You had Ryan Reynolds involved and Snoop Dogg and all these billionaires with deep pockets who seemed to take turns being favorites. But all along, do you think Michael Andlauer was the favorite from the NHL standpoint?
Yes, from that perspective, but you do have to appreciate that there were big banks involved in this sale and the vetting of the process and all the enormous wealth that was involved from the multiple different bidders as well. Then you look beyond, you've got the Melnyk estate represented by a team of lawyers. So, yeah, from an NHL standpoint, because of the history of Andlauer in the National Hockey League, a minority owner of the Montreal Canadiens, in that Board of Governors boardroom countless times, familiarity, good relationships with the commissioner's office. I would say from an NHL standpoint, undoubtedly he was their front runner, and mostly because of the way he goes about his business. He didn't need the celebrity clout, right? He was quietly doing his business, stayed under the radar, but in the end, I think he was always the front runner.
Dave, you know him well from your time in the American League and his time there. What will he be like as an NHL owner? What will this mean to the Senators?
I think the Ottawa Senators, both their players and fans, should be very excited about this. Michael Andlauer has won at each level that he's operated at. He won in the American Hockey League, where he owned the Hamilton Bulldogs. He won a Calder Cup there, but he won a couple of division titles. Then he moved on to the OHL. He placed the team in the Memorial Cup a couple of different occasions, a couple of division titles. So if you're a player, if you're a Brady Tkachuk, if you're a Timmy Stützle, if you're a Jake Sanderson, you've got to be very excited about this. The relationship he has with players is special. He gives them every opportunity to win. And as a player, there's nothing better than hearing you're going to have an opportunity to compete at the highest level. I think with Michael Andlauer in that chair, they will have that opportunity, and they'll have it sooner than later. He is stepping into a very good situation from a player's standpoint.
Backing up what you said, I spoke to Robert Thomas, who was part of that OHL championship team in Hamilton, and said that Andlauer was one of the single best people that he's met in hockey. And by the way, he works out with Brady Tkachuk. He told Tkachuk, this is the best owner you could have possibly gotten. What does it mean for hockey ops, for Pierre Dorion, for DJ Smith, etc.?
Well, there's some logistics that have to be realized first. Michael Andlauer and the group have to meet with the executive committee of the National Hockey League. It feels like that will be a rubber stamp process. It'll go to the full board for ultimate approval before he officially becomes owner of the Ottawa Senators. That might drift into late August and into September. Look, I think Pierre Dorion's job is safe for now, at least until the sale becomes official again later this summer. Andlauer is known as being a very driven but fair business owner, so maybe hockey operations, the head coach, the general manager have a little bit of time on their side.
And maybe the other thing, out of all the bidders, the guy who is the most hockey focused, a player himself, a beer league goalie who really wants to win a Stanley Cup. The real estate play will be part of it,
right,
but that maybe was a bigger part of it with others. This guy's a hockey guy.